Actually, see what's going on. All right, hold on. Brittany, you gotta do the moderating and let people up that come up. Notify viewers. So we gotta get it together. Different whole setup. Hold on, let me put my Yanks on while I'm in here talking to y'all. Trying to get my Yanks pulled up while I'm in here talking to y'all. I got a whole different setup, bro. I had a whole different setup. Things changed. I was gonna come up here yesterday, but my baby came home. She surprised us it came home, so hold on, y'all. I don't know why I can't get it going. Give me a second. I don't know. Oh, fast. But I just want to get up here, shoot it up with y'all real quick, because I had to get off kind of early. The last time, so you know how that go. I'm trying to pull up the Yankees and the Mets too, so I can have this up here while I'm up there shooting back and forth with y'all. But you know, did you put up the whole topic of conversation surrounding John Blackwell and everything, man. In the draft, I hope everybody done calm down. Seeing like the roster done panned out. What up? Seeing like the roster done panned out, but you know, I don't know if it's lighting is crazy for. Like, I don't know. I can't do nothing about it. Yeah, I can't do nothing about it. But see what's up. No, I don't even really know how to work the whole thing, but I'm about to let you know. I know everybody has been people that have been talking about coming up and joining on the panel, and you know what I'm saying, just people coming up so they can talk directly. So that's the whole point of this. Literally the entire point of this. Tristan God said, you see the unranked guy we got. Yeah. He is actually from North Carolina. He played at Davidson Day. He is going to be, I appreciate it, but he's going to be a practice guy for the most part. Not for the most part, he is. He's going to be a practice guy. So, which is weird, really weird, because I felt like we had enough guys to formulate like a really good practice squad anyway. Like I had been saying that type of stuff. I'm more interested in watching the practices than the games. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's not going to really play much, though. You know what I mean? It's Blackwell over under 18 PPG. Under, way under. You know what I'm saying? Way under. You say, no, next Spencer Herbert. Yo, that would be dope if he could be the next Spencer Hubbard, bro. Because Spencer Hubbard was like a feel-good guy, bro. Like, it was good to have a guy like that. And Spence could really hoop on the cool. Like, Spence was actually kind of nice, you know, but yeah, but Blackwell under 18 points per game, way under. I think that leading scorer of this team will be no more than about 14 a night, around 13 and a half, 14 a night, somewhere around there. I do think Blackwell will lead the team in scoring, but I don't think it'll be anywhere near. Like, I don't want people to be like, man, he only averaged 14 points a game. Like, he not what we thought. He was 18 a night at Wisconsin. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, it's not going to be that. This team is a lot deeper than the one he played on last year. The level of responsibility will be a lot different. So, you know what I mean? I'm expecting that. I'm expecting it to be somewhere around there. Like, okay, Chester guy says under because we have every run score like 8 to 14 in the rotation. I agree. I think it'll be somewhere like that. I think it'll be like that, you know, somewhere around that range. But my biggest thing, honestly, bro, is the depth. Like, how much depth do we really use? Like he said, Michael Severino, like Coach grandson. That's who the new recruit gonna be like we aren't having a national player year, but we're going to be better. Like, seriously, the whole idea that we got to play through one particular guy. We're getting ready to. Well, I'm not gonna say John hasn't had rosters like this before because I felt like 23 was like this, like with Flip and Jared McCain and them. I honestly felt like McCain was like our go-to guy, even though I guess people would probably say it was Flip. I think Flip was the leading scorer. I can't even remember who the hell was the leading scorer, but it's gonna be similar to that roster and the roster before that. You know what I mean? Just said we'll have a different leading scorer each night. Yeah, I agree. You know, I think it'll be somewhere around there. And I also do, like, people were talking back and forth, like, I want to get this clear. I do think that it'll be game, like most of the games where we play about 9 or 10 guys. 10 guys at the most. I think we'll have a lot of games where we play like 10 guys, but like I've been saying, I think 2 of those guys are only going to play about, let's say out of those 10 guys, 2 of those guys won't get more than 5 minutes. I think it'll be rotations like that on a regular, you know what I mean? So the leading scorer will be different each night. I agree with you on that, JT. So I rewatched the St. John game today. I'm gonna miss Isaiah. I ain't rewatched none of like the whole tournament in full yet. I probably will once it get to like the deep of the summer and no basketball at all. There's so much other basketball. I've been watching Combine, WNBA, NBA playoffs. There's so much other basketball though, but I do plan. I got all the games recorded. Literally every single game I had like that came on is recorded all the way back to the Army game. You know what I mean? So I plan on watching a whole bunch of games. I just ain't did it yet, you know? Marcus said, I hate to say, I think John is going to the NBA. Oh, there you go, starting it, bro. There you go, wanting to put the fan base in the panic. Somebody gonna see that and be like, bro, what you heard? You done heard something? Like, you notice how the fan base is all to perpetuate and be like, yeah, you know, I heard John going to the league too. Nah, I mean, but real talk. Everybody know he's from Chicago. The Bulls got an opening right now. I don't think he'll do it because there's no job security like the job security he got right now. It might be a dream of his coaching the league, but he know it ain't no job security in what he got. You know what I mean? Go Knicks. Go to hell, Knicks. I hate the Knicks. No, I ain't really. My best friend's a Knicks fan. You know, I give him a hard time about it. You feel me? But Knicks look good though. I ain't gonna lie. Facts, people. We got 12 guys that can be in a rotation on a Power 5 team this year. Man, this whole roster is. I really can't wait to see what he do with this rotation, yo. It's so crazy, man. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Trusting guys, I think it'll be 9 with one guy getting at least, getting less than 5. I could see something like that. I think it'll be like, I don't think it's gonna be this thing where it's a platoon system where everybody like. Nobody plays more than 23 minutes. I could be wrong, but I just don't think it's going to be like that, you know? Well, a lot of people think we're going to have like this crazy number of like every single night, you know what I mean? We playing 10 guys to getting real rotation minutes. I just don't. I would love to see that. I just don't think John got it in him. I ain't going to hold you. Somebody said Baron Davis. What you know about Baron Davis, man? Ski. That was one of I'm old enough. You see all this great boy. That was one of my favorite players growing up. He liked that. Real spill. Shout out to you. Who said that about Baron Davis? Golden Tate. Shout out to you. JT said, Slim, go to the man. It's gonna really be like the brotherhood. Like, yeah, that. Honestly, bro, who else is like that? Phoenix? Well, it ain't as bad. Dallas got the most. Phoenix got a lot too. The brotherhood is deep in the league, bro. We out here. I was talking about Blackwell as far as like leading the team. I'm talking about Shire as far as like being a guy that I don't think he's gonna want to play everybody. You know what I mean? I think Blackwell gonna lead the team though. Petty Fox said, "I'm still sad. Why, man? This offseason ain't brought your spirits up. Yeah, the offseason like that. You know what I mean? The offseason like that. Easy. I appreciate it. I ain't even a Chargers fan. I'm a Rams fan. Wrong LA team, but I did like this hat though, so I copped it. A while ago. Warriors legend. I'm not gonna lie. He was a Warrior. I guess you could call him a Warriors legend. Hell, yeah, man, because the We Believe Warriors was probably his most legendary season. But I'm from North Carolina. He gonna be a Charlotte Hornets legend for me forever. I get why you call him a Warriors legend though. You know, makes sense. Shout out to anybody who even know who the hell Baron Davis is though. That's really dope, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I ain't gonna lie. I like the idea of Caden running PG and have Rippy sub in for him. Hey, listen, the more I watch Caden work out in the offseason, it's a no-brainer for me. Caden starting that one. Caden looked phenomenal right now. I really cannot wait to see what he looked like as a finished product with all the work he's been putting in. He down there going crazy in Miami. So I'm with you on that, you know. But, okay. So if y'all want to come up here and have this convo directly, I guess we'll go like one at a time. I honestly don't even know how to do it. Y'all send requests. I know I'm just getting a lot of requests about wanting to come up. I done had people come up before. I don't know how I go. Like I said, I just know that people that ask if y'all want to come up here, send their requests. My wife, I believe she's doing it. She'll do it. She'll have it sent up. And then we can go back and forth, you know what I mean? What y'all got on y'all mind about the Blue Devils in the league or the Blue Devils right now, this particular team, or how y'all think the rosters, or not the roster, the rotations is going to pan out, you know? Who the guy gets cut from the rotation. That's the main thing I really want to know. You know what I mean? Because if everybody don't think we playing like a legit, like who is the guy that we look at like, who's the Darren Harris of next year's team? You know how everybody was like, bro, I don't know how the hell Darren not playing. Like, why is Darren not playing? We need to play Darren more. Who do y'all think Darren Harris of next year is going to be? That's a really interesting question. Because honestly, I'm not going to lie. I think it, and you just said it. I think it's gonna be Sebastian Wilkins, bro. I like, and that would kind of suck because I'm intrigued to see the role he could have for this team because he got some really good tools, like the athleticism. I like his mobility, switchability at 6'7". Marcus said Howard, and I could totally see that too. But then again, like I think Howard is a certified professional wing. I think he's one of those guys that's he's an NBA player. It's only a matter of time. You know what I mean? I'm not so sure about Wilkins like that, even though I think that Wilkins has some of the tools to play the wing in the league. I just think, I don't know. Wilkins. A lot of y'all think, man, it's Wilkins, right? Craziness. I don't know. Right off the top of my head, it would probably be either Wilkins or Bryson Howard. For me, I believe it would be more Sebastian Wilkins than Bryson Howard. I would really love to see Bryson Howard, like, because I believe I've said this over and over. I think Bryson Howard is going to be the guy that's like Con Knipple. And in the sense that he shocks people. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me see. Them Duke boys, what up? Didn't know you was live. Yeah, I was going live today because I didn't get to stay on live that long the other day. You know what I mean? And I literally just came up here just to come back and forth. You know what I mean? Just to come back and forth with everybody. But yeah, you know, real quick, little boom boom. Just because I had to jump off so fast the other day because we had to record for Crazy Cast. Said this team could be like that Kentucky team with 2 starting fives. Like you would think that. I just don't think we got the depth for it. I agree with you. I just don't think we got the coach that's gonna pull it off. I never thought John Calipari would do that. I definitely don't think John Shire would play a platoon type rotation. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I really, like I be saying, I would love to see him do it. I just don't think John got it in him, G. Court says 16-year-old or Belmont big transfer. You talking about the guys that, as far as not getting the minutes. That's interesting. JBB, man, that's a good one. I don't know. From his ability wise, he going crazy right now in his playoffs too. His ability, man, he got too much ability to sit. But that would make sense that he would make that list. That's a good one, Courtney. Sharnowski's gonna play. Sharnowski's gonna be a part of the road just because he's a low maintenance type of big that we can get good production out of, and he won't need a lot of touches, and like he won't even really need a lot of minutes to carve out his niche. Like the things that we're gonna need for him to do, he can do that in quick spurt, and he's a little bit seasoned. So I believe Sharnowski will get more minutes than JBB, but I agree. I think JBB is a candidate, but JBB so good, man. He's so good, bro. I don't think it's a fact. Like I don't think it's a chance that he just doesn't get to play. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Forrest said Seabass will definitely be the D Harris of the team. I agree with that. Look at my baby. Yeah, I agree with that. And it sucks too, man, because Seabass got and it was the same way for Caleb Foster. It's kind of like how we knew we were waiting on you. Everybody wants you to play. He had the red shirt. Now he kind of like the guy that we all rooting for. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys, the fan base is just rooting for Sebastian. You feel me? So I don't know, man. Yeah, I agree. JBB will play too. Yeah, JBB will play. Yeah. I think Cam Williams is going to be one of our top scorers. I think he's going to be one of our top players. Period. Not just scoring wise. I could see why. I mean, he got the tools. You know what I mean? You'll hear me saying that over and over because the ability is there. Just because you got the ability, though, don't mean it'll come to fruition. The physicality of the game, the pressures of playing at Duke, the pressures of being the power forward that follow up Cooper Flagg and Cameron Boozer, like, oh, that's real and can't be ignored and got to be applied to Cameron Williams, even though he had the ability. The good thing about Cameron Williams is that he's in the perfect position that he doesn't have to succeed right away. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to do none of that. So, them Duke boys said Cam Boozer would fit well in with the Bulls. I think Memphis going to snag him, though. Honestly, man, Cam got a legitimate shot to go to based off his combine result. He went nuts at the combine. So Faith said is Drewski a 5? Yeah, 4-5 combo. Like virtually he's essentially what Malik Brown was. Is like he is more of the size of a power forward. Appreciate it, too, boo. He's the size of a power forward, but he got enough range and like mobility to play the 5. So I don't know. We'll see how that go. But I believe he's gonna play. He's gonna be the backup 5. I believe he's gonna be like the essential backup 5. So I don't know. Hopefully Blackwell stays. Yeah, I think Blackwell coming back. Blackwell got it. Blackwell had some good and bad at the combine. His combine was kind of mixed. He had enough good moments to, you know what I mean, scare Duke fans, but I don't know if it was enough to like propel him. The thing about what Blackwell was gonna have to do, Blackwell kind of always knew where he stood. He just kind of had like, it's nothing wrong with going back and get the extra feedback. I think Blackwell going back to get the extra feedback was needed. And I don't think he had an impressive enough combine to where like Cedric Coward completely changed the trajectory of how people saw him. Like people viewed him immediately as a lottery type guy once he got to the combine. And if for Blackwell to jump, something like that would have had to happen, you know. And I don't think it happened like that. So, Forrest, this is okay. Let's harp on this. Forrest says, "I'm hoping Cam Williams is less soft." Okay, for those of y'all y'all see the highlights about Cam Williams and you see, he's 7 feet and he can shoot threes and he can do the cow. My boy, appreciate that love. A lot of y'all, I don't want a lot of people to be disappointed. I want y'all to temper y'all expectations on him because that's the one thing about him. I've said this often. He's 7 feet, 6'11", 7 feet, and listed as a power forward, potentially center playing, but I think he's more of a small forward, power forward. Like that type of a guy. He might disappoint some fans in like the sense of his physicality just won't be there, especially right out of the gate. He could shock me and just be a lot more physical than what I'm expecting, but I don't expect that level to catch up to him for a while because he's still got a kid. He's a small frame type of guy. He's a finesse type player. So you're gonna see that word thrown around. It's gonna be unfair to him. You know what I mean? But you're going to see that soft word thrown around a lot. I like that. I like that little point that you brought up for us because a lot of people going to say that. You know what I mean? Monty said he's playing a 3 a lot. I could see it because he's more of a 3. People going to look at the height and be like, he's a center. Like, he can be backup. That kid ain't got no backup 5 in him at all, other than the fact that he's 7 feet and he's a little bit rangy. Like now teams downsize a lot, which I can see teams doing that a lot to keep it because Duke got this team will have a lot of athleticism and speed, especially on the perimeters. You know what I mean? Even with our bigs. So I could see teams trying to downsize, and if teams downsize based off of the matchups. Maybe he could play some small ball five, just depending on the matchups, but he is a 3. I've been saying that. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, this kid is not even really a power forward. He's more of a small forward. So I would love to see him playing. Like I could legitimately see us playing lineups like how Michigan did last year, to where we got like JBB, Pat the 5, Drewski. Let's say Pat the 5, Drewski the 4, Cam Williams the 3, stuff like that. Like I could see, I could literally see us having lineups like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Hold on real quick. Let me get through Diddy vibes. That's crazy. Tallest guy on Miami's team was 6'7". Jabari Smith was jacking up threes, and the entire Auburn was booing him. I remember Jabari Smith at Auburn. Jabari Smith could shoot that thing too. Ravens versus Chargers. I don't know. I'm a Rams fan. I think we got do we got the Ravens this year? I don't know. We usually play. I know we don't. I know we got the Packers on Thanksgiving Eve, the same day that Duke play UConn. I'm like, how would God do that to me, bro? My Rams play the Packers on prime time, the same day that Duke and UConn play each other. Tragic. The Duke boys say, I expect Cam Williams to average at least 15 points. You think he gonna lead the team in scoring? I don't think nobody's like getting that high. I mean, if they 15 points will lead the team in scoring to me, honestly. I think somebody average that much on this particular team, that will lead the squad. But he got that type of ability. I just don't know. I will say this about Cam Williams. If he hit his ceiling at Duke a lot faster than I'm expecting, this team will be unbeatable. He the key to making Duke like a real juggernaut, honestly. Cam Williams is the key to turning the Duke into a legitimate juggernaut. So, you know, it'll be expected. I know the expectations is going to be because he played for Duke. I just want y'all to temper him with some of his physicality and stuff like that, you know. Hold on real quick. I'm trying to get back to y'all comments. I know you're a Rams fan. Yeah, you know that. It's my boys, L to the L. You was one of the ones asking to come up. So if y'all want to come up, y'all send the rotation. I mean, y'all send the request. And then y'all can come up, and then we can chat. Y'all can, you know, ask questions or whatever y'all, you know what I mean, want to get off y'all chest. Y'all can bring it up, you know.
L to the L can't come up this time.
Why?
There's a friend in town. He said next time for sure.
Oh, for sure. L to the L said, I wish the season was starting tomorrow. I miss Duke basketball. Me too. It's like, I'm over last year. This is really weird because after the Houston loss, that like fueled me. I was so like, I can't wait. I just want to get back. I want my get back so bad. And it ain't even really that. It's just that I just miss Duke basketball. Like flat out. I'm just really ready for the season to start. I'm really over how last year ended. I'm ready to get on, you know what I mean, to the next year. Stanley said, Blackwell balling in the combine scared me, said Cal 2.0. Nah, like, all right, that's the thing I just said too, again. He balled a little bit. The very next, his measurements were a little shaky, I'm not going to lie. But, I mean, we knew he was an undersized two guard, essentially. You know what I mean? I didn't really need the combine measurements and all that to tell me he was undersized. His wingspan won't really like. I mean, I can see that type of stuff. I know how he plays. I know he's a two guard. You know what I mean? I know he wants to be the one because of his size. And a lot of him saying he wants to handle the ball is to get him to the next level, and I can understand that. But the measurement part was he had an amazing first scrimmage. The second scrimmage wasn't as good. His team did win in dominant fashion though. But I mean, it was give and take. I don't think he did enough to propel himself into the lottery or to because he would have had to propel himself high because I think a lot of his was late first at best, early second, you know what I mean, projection. So based off his first scrimmage, I can understand why you would be scared, but you know, it was cool, you know what I mean. Money Mike said Big Pat is the muscle this season for sure. I really want Big Pat to take a step. I know Patrick is an exceptional defender. I know Patrick is an exceptional passer. I know he has the back to the basket ability, but I want him to take that next step next season and become like a legitimate, like low post back to the basket scorer. Because one of the things, like even though I know we got guys that can get to the paint, Pretty much it will. I think Rippy can get there. Blackwell can get there. Hell, Cephas can get there. Caden lived in the paint. He can get to the paint at will. Bryson Howard. But I want us to develop a guy like that's literally like a go-to scorer, like a back to the basket guy that we can just give the ball to. That's the only thing I'm really waiting to see because as dominant as Coop and Cam were, the thing that I love the most about them is that anytime they wanted, they could get a layup. Anytime they wanted, we could get a layup with them, whether it be Cam in the low post or Cam being a ball handler in a pick and roll situation and getting downhill from an inverted screen roll or something like that. He could get there anytime, and so could Coop. So I would like to see this team develop a guy that could get a layup anytime they want to. Unique. Logan said, can't wait for Duke to play. Alana, game close to home. You have any connections for tickets? I wish, boy. Hey, I really do wish I had some connections. I got like one of my friends who I had met through here. He's a guy that got tickets, and that's my man. Shout out to Mike. But he has season tickets, and you know, every once in a while he have an extra one. Like, what's up? Trying to roll to the game? Like, yeah, cool. Other than that, like, no. I ain't got the L connected. Yeah, I'm trying, boy. I'm trying to get there. You know what I mean? Stanley said Desmond Bain don't need that positive wingspan ability. Is better than measurables. Yeah, that particular draft had a couple. It was him. It was somebody else in that draft. That's all they talked about. I don't know. I know they did the same thing with Dylan Brooks too. Dylan Brooks is a guy that I looked at too, and Tyler Hero as well. His wingspan is just like, I was like, man, your arm's short as hell, but he can get to it. You know what I mean? So it's cases that where guys with short wingspans can get to it. You know what I mean? That's something Blackwell can overcome with no problem. I agree, but you know, scouts like to see that type of stuff sometimes, bro. Monty said once Nick went to UConn, I didn't even care about the loss. Reality lets you know this era. Like, no, honestly, once Nick went to UConn, I was a little bit over the loss. Once Nick went to UConn, that solidified. Like, UConn jumped Kentucky for me as far as the hate meter. It's still nobody's gonna ever surpass UNC, but it was always like UNC and then UK and then UConn was like right here. Now it's UNC, UConn right on their ass, boy. Like UConn is right there. So I don't know. Them Du Bois said, can Blackwell play defense, though, is the answer. Tool-wise, he should be able to. It's going to be interesting. You're not playing for John if you don't guard. That's just not going to happen. So, yeah, Swart from Kyle said, I hope Matt Abel stays with us and doesn't go to the league. Matt Abel is virtually y'all's John Blackwell. Like, really, really good showing in one game in the scrimmage. Not as good in the other one. But did some things that impressed the scouts. Matt Abel can shoot too. Matt Abel, y'all, man, if y'all can get Matt Abel back, that'd be good enough for y'all to like have somewhat of a like something to look forward to. But I hope he do too because I'm tired of Carolina being some trash, bro. I really am. They messing up the rivalry. It really is messing up the rivalry, bro. Blackwell. Shut up, Brittany. Blackwell will lead the team in scoring. I agree. What we think gonna happen with Blackwell? I think he's coming back. Yeah, that's what I'm addressing that. Yeah, I think Blackwell's coming back, man. You know, we'll see, man. We'll see. Stanley said I don't think Blackwell should go, but if GM falls in love with him at that 15 to 25 range, then that 15 to 25 range is loaded. Next year, like, and that's the thing. Blackwell, I ain't in shorty business. I ain't counting his pockets and none of that. But I'm pretty sure that based off of, like, how the NBA contracts work, those back half of the first round guys are making less than high-end NIL guys. So Blackwell could make more money playing for Duke next year than being, like, a two-way guy. Because almost everybody at that back half of the first round is going to be a two-way guy. None of those guys are going to be on, like, guaranteed. I mean, even though you could you're assigned a guaranteed contract, more than likely, like, the league's so loaded, bro, more than likely you're going to be a two-way guy. You're not going to play all your games for your specific NBA team. They're going to put you on assignment in the G League a lot. You know what I mean? So next year if he goes to Duke, comes back next year, the draft class is a lot weaker. Could be lottery next year, you know? You know, let me see. Kyle God was like 15 again. All right, hold on. Let me get ready. What's your first comment, Court?
Said you got toilet tissue on your head.
Huh?
Beyonce said you got toilet tissue.
He said I got toilet tissue on my head. I agree. I don't rock with the Rams. I mean, I don't rock with the Chargers. I'm a Rams fan. I just got it on. My son had my Rams hat on today. Court said, you think y'all gonna be like 19 UVA, the lowest PPG leader to win the championship? I can remember. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like that. I don't think nobody's at 15 is too high, honestly, for this team. I don't think nobody's averaging 15 a game. I don't think nobody's getting to over 14 and a half. You know what I mean? I truly don't. The candidates to lead the team in scoring to me is Blackwell, one in this order, which I think it could go. Blackwell, Patrick Gamba, Caden Boozer, and then Dame Sarr. But I don't know. You know, I don't think it'll be nobody over 15. So that was the lowest to win. That was the lowest PPG leader, like 15 tonight to win the title. Because I can't even remember what Kentucky 15. Because everybody want to keep comparing this team to Kentucky 2015, which I don't want to be compared to that team at all. Team didn't even make the title game, and that sucks. We don't want that. We don't want that. Why is Cam Boozer being overlooked at the top pick? His stats are impressive. He's being overlooked as the top pick because the NBA is 100% all about upside. And he just don't have an upside like Peterson or DeBonsa. He don't. He just don't have an upside like either one of them. But I will say this. As far as the whole him not being as athletic as people thought, he put them rumors to bed at the combine. That's what you go for. Literally shot it better than AJ DeBonsa and just as good as Darren Peterson in the star drill. Like as a power forward / center. His measurables when they tested was more agile than Caleb Wilson, and that's all everybody said. He's a way better athlete. It's gonna translate better. I couldn't tell by the damn drills in the combine. You know what I mean? So. NBA is based off fit a lot too. So that's why I really wanted the Pacers to win a lottery because 100% the Pacers would have took Cameron Boozer at 1. The conversation with Cameron Boozer at 1 would have been really loud if the Pacers would have had that. You know what I mean? It's about fit too. He don't fit with the team at the top of the draft. He just don't. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Cam Boozer can shoot, man, for sure. Cam Boozer got a clip, like a real clip at 6'9", like a real clip, bro. So Dame Sarr training with SGA training. Yeah, he with the guard whisperer. He out there training with the guard whisperers. Dame is the guy that right behind Cameron Williams. I was like, if Cameron Williams hit his ceiling at Duke, it's gonna change our trajectory. He's the guy that could turn Duke from good to great. And Dame Sarr is right behind him. Honestly, if Dame Sarr hits the ground running offensively, because in Barcelona, playing against grown men, he looked really good offensively. What we saw Dame Sarr, that's why I was excited for him to come back, because I know Dame can hit a different level on the offensive end. I know on the offensive end he can hit a completely different level. And I felt like we didn't get to see a full display of his offensive repertoire. And we were starting to see some of it. Like, you saw him hitting step backs and all of that in the tournament. Towards the end of the year, he started to look a lot more comfortable offensively. So, he's the guy that could change this ceiling, you know what I mean? He said, why Pittsburgh bring A-Rod back? I don't know, man. No clue, bro. Oh, no, man. Man, what's your early Final Four prediction? I really hate being a top, but, it just seems like with how college basketball is, it won't be many mid-majors in it. So I'm going to go Duke, Florida, Illinois. Arizona. I was about to say Michigan. Arizona. Duke, Florida, Illinois, Arizona. Which Duke is going to play Illinois. I'm almost certain that they're going to make Florida. The IQ Quan was goody. Appreciate that, love. I'm almost certain they're going to make Florida the ACC, SEC opponent. So, I don't know. We'll see. Beyonce said, I think this team will be our 2015 team, just deeper. But I don't think John's playing all of those. Me neither. I've been saying it, and once again, I hope I'm wrong. I really don't want John to be his normal self. But this is just who he is, yo. This is just who he is. He's not going to play a lot of guys. You're going to have everybody compete like hell in practice. breaking their neck in practice. You know what I mean? He's just not gonna play a lot of guys. So Marcus with his Final Four prediction. So I got Duke, Arkansas, Florida, Arizona. I can see that Arkansas is gonna be really good, bro. I wouldn't be mad with us having a return trip to Bud Walton either, because I know based off of the how the ACC SEC challenge is, you in a 4-year span you have to play 2 games at home and 2 games on the road. And this is the 4th year in that 4-year span. We've only played 1 game on the road. So that was in Arkansas. And we lost that game. So that's why I said I wouldn't mind that being a return trip, because Arkansas is going to be really good too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll see how that go, bro. I like that. You know what I mean? So he said Kansas is going to be good this year. Stokes is legit. Stokes got a lot of talent. I'm really glad Duke didn't recruit him. That's as respectful as I can put that. Like, he a number 1 player I'm not upset about missing out on. Just flat out not upset about missing out on. Missouri as a Final Four team, I like that. I like Jason Crow. I can't wait to see Jason Crow on the collegiate level. Bless you, Lynn. That was you that sneezed? Bless you, baby. Yeah, I can't wait to see Jason Crow on the collegiate level. It's cool. I ain't about to argue it. I do not care. I could care less. Because I don't. They probably is, but I just, cool. Louisville is going to Louisville. Pat Kelsey do this every year, man. Listen, yo, Pat Kelsey can put together a roster. Now, what they will look like as a finished product is always never as good as what he thought it would be. 2 years ago, the year we had Cooper and them, they were exceptional. They were amazing in the ACC. They finished tied with us. If y'all can remember, we was both 19-1. Like, they was just as historically good as us. They weren't beating teams by 30 and 35 every game like us, but they was beating everybody. You know what I'm saying? Pat Kelsey always putting together a good roster. So, Mr. Clarence, my boy, man. Appreciate it. I can see Clarence. I can see Louisville being in the Final Four. Mr. Clarence, you got me flustered up here, man. Damn. I can't see you in the Final Four, Mr. Clarence. I could see you. Oh, all the Duke fans, we out there. Andre said Louisville they're gonna be good. Like, listen. Always a good team on paper. They always gonna be a good team on paper. I just, I don't know. Them Duke boys said Stokes look out of shape. Stokes got all the talent in the world. He just like, something ain't right mentally with that kid. I do not like it. Y'all know I don't like to talk about kids, man. Like, high schoolers on, you know what I mean? I don't subscribe to that they making money, so I'm gonna treat them like an adult, because they not no damn adults. They still kids. They're gonna act like kids sometimes. It's just a lot about that kid I do not like, bro. I don't like a lot about Stokes. Nothing to do with basketball, because basketball-wise, I think he could be like one of the best players in the world one day. He got that type of ability. He's like legit, but I don't know. F him. I say Duke, Miami, Belmont, UNC, Charlotte in the Final Four. I promise God, if we got that Final Four, oh my, that's my dream Final Four right there. Give me Duke and 3 other teams that definitely don't belong to be there. Like, listen, bro. I want Duke. I want Fairfax. I want Campbell. I want Middle Tennessee State. Like, I want all 3. I want all upsets other than the Duke Blue Devils in the Final Four. Give me that. Would love to see that, actually. Would love to see that, man. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get to your comments. I'm sorry, y'all. Who do you think is going to be the biggest sleep on next year's Duke team? I'm sorry, I can read. I promise y'all. I graduated. The biggest sleeper to me is Bryson Howard. Bryson Howard is the guy that I don't think people realize that he is a guaranteed, not even just a pro. I think he's going to be like a real, like, get buckets in the NBA guy. I'm not predicting him to be a star, all-star, nothing, but like, he's going to be a starter type guard / wing in the NBA one day, for sure. And I don't think enough people are talking about him with the additions of Blackwell, and a lot of people talking about Rippey and Ken Williams. He's like the unforgotten freshman. So, yeah, he's my sleeper. Can't wait to see Shia play 10 guys this year, boy. You ain't about to see it, Logan. You're going to be disappointed. Y'all going to be so mad at John. I can't wait till the first time we lose and then John plays 7 guys 8 guys. The 8th guy get 6 minutes, and we lose the game by 5 points. All this, John doesn't want to play his depth. He's got to get fight. He's got to go. We got to get a coach in there that wants to play depth. I can't wait to see y'all crash out on John when he plays 7, 8 guys in a game, bro. Did I talk about Blackwell at the combine? Yeah, I did. We're gonna keep revisiting it, man. You know, he performed well in the first scrimmage. Second one, not so much. And like I said earlier, he played well enough to raise some eyebrows, but not enough to raise enough eyebrows to propel him up into a different spot in the draft. So I'm not worried about him not coming back to Duke, you know. And it's not even a bad thing, you know. How much do you think Cam Williams will average? It's a really good question. I think Cam Williams is starting power forward spot right off the rip. So he's our starting for Quan. What up?
What up?
What's good? I was wondering. I was like, man, I literally came up here so people could come up here to talk. You feel me? And ain't nobody ain't came up here, but appreciate you for coming up here, man. How you doing, my boy?
Good.
Yeah. All right. So I was literally answering your question about Cam Williams when you came up here, man. 13 seemed kind of high. I think Cam Williams to be around 9, 10 a night.
9 points.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't winning yet though.
What you think?
Who draft is this?
I was saying about 11. That's all. Yeah. I was saying about 11, something like that.
Yeah.
You think you'll start?
Yeah. I think the starting lineup or the starting power forward spot is gonna go between him and JBB as far as like early on the competition. I think he's gonna win it out. JBB got a real chance to start though. He got a legit shot to start at the 4th. But yeah, I think Cam gonna win the starting spot right off the rip. You know what I'm saying?
You think JBB average more than Cam?
No, not right off the rip. Not right off the rip.
Cause he a 2 year.
And that's why. And honestly, because JBB is one of them guys, man, that where I could literally see him like, you know how I was asking about who the guy that could basically turn into Darren Harris, like the guy that don't get many minutes and the whole fan base, like, why he not playing? It could be JBB for that particular reason. It could be like his whole thing, because the whole plan behind him is to bring him along because he can't go nowhere for 2 years anyway. You know what I'm saying?
You think Caleb Foster can average 15 this season?
15. He got the ability. I don't think Caleb Foster gonna average. Caleb Foster not gonna shoot that much to average 15. I think the leading scorer is gonna average like right under 15. I think the leading scorer is. I think Blackwell gonna be the leading scorer on the squad. I think he'll average around like 13, between 13 and 14 and a half. I think it'll be spread. I think we'll have like it'll be one of them rosters where the whole starting 5 is right under double figures, or right at double figures, somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? Deontay, I got you, man. We'll get you up here too, my boy.
You think Pat gonna step up, have a better season, or about the same?
No, I expect Pat to like be an All-American caliber type player this year. I expect him to be first team All Defense, All Conference, in the National Defensive
Player. 12 points, about 8 rebounds, about 12.7 rebounds.
Yeah, and like I said, more than my whole thing about Pat ain't even really like the numbers and seeing his numbers improve. It's seeing the way he get his numbers. Like I said, I want to see Pat become more of a reliable, like go-to back to the basket guy. Not that he's not capable of doing it. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I love to see that. I love.
You think that Drew can start at the power forward? Drew from Belmont.
Yeah. Talking about Sharnowski, but based off of like I know he's a guy that's got experience because he's not a young guy. He'll be like a rising junior, I believe. He's gonna be a rising junior. He's gonna be a junior next year. One guy that's got some experience. He got enough size. It could be games where he'll start like. I'm expecting the first month of the season, bro, for us to have different starting lineups. Like it'll be rotating 4s. I'm pretty sure the 2 will be rotating. Yeah, you know what I mean. So like, because he gonna have to get a little idea of what he doing or like who can do what. You know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see how that go. Yeah, I'm trying to get through everybody comments and stuff too. Love to see a lineup. Deontay said I would love to see a lineup with Foster, Blackwell, JBB, Cam, Big Pat. Yeah, see, like I could see that. I would love to see that lineup. You know what I mean? I think it'll be. I will say this about Pat. Pat is the only guy that I'm guaranteed. I'm for sure like he's a starter. He's the only like writing in Sharpie. He's starting.
Probably too.
Yeah, and Dame too. I agree with you. Dame too.
Yeah.
Pat and Dame, you can write them in Sharpie as starters. Everybody else, I could literally see it a bunch of different ways, bro. Like I could literally a lot of people is I could honestly see Blackwell being the guy coming off the bench in certain games. You know what I mean? I don't think it'll happen, but it wouldn't shock me if he went. You know what I'm saying? Boozer and Foster in the backcourt as starters.
What you think our defensive lineup would be like best defenders at the 1 through 5?
Well, as far as our best defensive lineup, I think our best defensive lineup would be Rippy at the 1, Caleb Foster, Dame, Cam Williams, Pat Gomba. I think that would be our best defensive lineup.
That Drew dude good at defense. He got like more of a
Yeah, because he a physical dude. He remind me of the Plumleys, bro. That's what he remind me of.
Yeah, Mason.
So I think defensively, bro, like I know we didn't had top for most of the season last year. We was number one. We was number one the year before that a lot. I think this is gonna be another number one defense. Like defensively is the side where I think we gonna be the hardest to deal with this particular team.
How much you think Rippy average?
Rippy is I believe honestly gonna be in the same boat with JBB. Like I don't think Rippy not gonna play. I mean, not that I don't think he's gonna play, but I think Rippy, I could see his minutes being like trimmed a little bit just based off the fact that the vision for him is his role being like a completely different role next season. So this year I don't think Rippy exceed eight points a game. I think it'll be somewhere around there. But he's gonna have a lot of big numbers. You say what?
I think you want to come out like after this year to the draft, but I don't know.
I mean, from based off everything, his pops and them is saying that this is a whole like they're coming to Duke to get better. Like they're not like rushing to the NBA, which is why they don't care about transferring. Now that Duke is like this stacked, the whole idea is for him to get there, learn under the vets, get better, and be in an NBA pipeline. And then when it's his turn, they not rushing it to the league. Like that's why I love everything his pops is saying, bro. I'm like yo, his pops really got his head on straight. Like. They not like, and from the stuff I've heard surrounded from Cam Williams family too, the same thing. Like they not rushing the NBA thing. They know the NBA ain't going nowhere. You dig? So,
who you think our best shooter is on the team? Howard or Blackwell?
Blackwell. Honestly, based off of what they did in a college setting, is John Blackwell. But just theoretically, like as far as like who got the best looking jumper, who gonna shoot the best, huh? All right, we're gonna get to him. I think it's Cam Williams and then JBB. And so it's between Bryson Howard, JBB, Blackwell, Cam Williams. I think they are all legit shooters. So
yeah.
All right, man. All right, Quan, I'm gonna let a couple people get up here, man, because I got a couple more requests.
All right.
So I appreciate you for coming through, my boy. We'll do this another time.
All right.
All right, Brittany, go ahead, bring it up. Deontay, what up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's good?
What's good, bro? What's good?
All right, ain't nothing. How you doing, bro?
Good. How you doing?
I'm coolin'.
That's good. What you think John gonna do? I think this the deepest team he done had since he been coaching.
Nah, for sure. This is his deepest team. But he was on the staff with a couple of deep teams like that, like the 17 team.
Yeah, when he was scouting for sure.
Yeah, but I like I be saying all the time, I want him to prove me wrong. I want Shorty to prove me wrong so bad and play 9-10 guys.
It ain't happening.
I just know he don't do that. Like, you know what I mean? He just don't do that. Like, everybody said the same thing with Coop and them. They're like, bro, we deep this year. Yeah. We gonna have to play 10. Like, you know what I mean? And he just like, nah, bro. Like,
them type coaches don't see it. Like, they don't see what we see.
Nah, man. Like, and because honestly, truth be told is basketball is best played. Like, the better your team is better off when everybody plays under specific roles. When everybody got their roles carved out, everybody know exactly. The thing when you playing a platoon system type thing and all 10 guys is trying to get to the league, everybody thinking that their best way to help the team is doing something with scoring wise. Like, I gotta score. I gotta, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than that, like, when you cut the rotation down and then relegate everybody to specific roles, it flows a little bit differently and it flows better. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So I want him to play like I don't want Bryce Howard to sit on the bench. I think
get
he's
on
too
the
good.
bench.
You
Yeah,
know what
he
I'm
too.
saying?
Yeah, definitely. Once,
I think he's
especially
too
if he get
good.
to knocking down that 3 point,
Yeah.
somebody minutes gonna get take.
That's what I said. Like he's one of those guys that can shoot it well enough to the point that where I could see him really like ruffling some feathers as far as the rotation. But I could also see like him not getting up in games and us looking at
Oh
Shia
yeah,
like, what the hell, bro?
what's
Why you
going
ain't play
on?
him? Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Greg. I appreciate that love. But you know,
definitely known for not playing folks when he should. Like I
yeah.
think like point guard wise, I don't know who gonna be out there on the court.
To start the year off, I'm almost certain it's gonna be Caden Boozer. Like he gonna be the
You
starting
think he
point.
gonna start?
Yeah, to like from game one, from the first exhibition, which I heard is supposed to be Tennessee again this year. They doing a return trip. We're supposed to be playing Tennessee in the preseason. They coming to Cameron this year. The very first preseason game, I think it's gonna be Caden Boozer. Rippy is really good, bro. Like I can see Rippy, Caden Boozer having a bad stretch or something, and then Shia like, all right, we gonna start
But
Rippy.
is Rippy gonna get in there and control the floor though? That's my only thing with him is he gonna get in there, or he gonna get up in there, get to playing that 1-on-1 ball.
I don't know if it's like because I think one of the things about Rippy that people don't talk about enough is his ability to pass and play make. Like I think it's elite. The level of play is going up.
Yeah, it's
too.
going different.
You know what I mean? So and that's one of the things I noticed about Rippy a lot is that when the level of competition is his last year, when it got higher, those are the games when you look for him like, all right, I really need him to step up. It didn't work out like that. So you know what I mean? I don't know. The good thing about Rippy though, like with him, guys like him and Cam Williams, like the freshmen this year, none of the freshmen are relied upon to like be that from day one. Like none of them gotta be like that. You feel me? And that's Duke ain't been in the spot like that in a long time, G.
Yeah, I don't see no one and dones with this team.
No, even though a lot of them is like Bryce got the capability, he got the talent to be one and done. Rippy got one and done talent. Williams got one and done talent. I just don't think none of them will perform like one and done guys in their first year. Even though they got all of them got one and done talent. Y'all agree with you?
Yeah.
I agree with you.
That one cat who we got for 2 years from the other guy, that lefty. What you think? Yeah, JBB. What you think he gonna do?
And that's what T. Roy was talking about, and that is the guy from Barcelona too. T. Roy, I seen you in the comments. Yeah, JBB is intriguing, bro. Because JBB is the guy that is after next season. He's the guy that's projected to be the number one pick in the draft. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm expecting him to, like I said, from the time that they recruited him. Everything that I had heard was Duke not recruiting him to be like a 10th man type guy. Duke is expecting him to start or compete.
He's supposed to come in there and supposed to start.
Yeah, like they expecting him to compete for the starting 4 spot like right away. So I'm expecting him to be a high impact. The L to the L, I appreciate that.
I'm expecting him
to be a high impact guy.
I think Shai gonna throw a big lineup out there, and they're gonna have him at the 3, Cam at the 4, and Pat at the 5.
And we could do that though. Like, and we got that's the thing though. You just want as much versatility as possible. You feel me?
Yeah.
We got it. Like,
you really can throw that lineup out there with Blackwell at the 1. If Sa can continue to hit some shots, and then the other 3, that's gonna be your big man lineup right there for sure.
Yup, bro. We got so many and I don't think I know last year we kind of breezed through the regular season. I think this team is better than last year's team on paper. I just don't think that we gonna breeze through the season how we did, but I think we more equipped than the last 2 teams as far as like everything you need on a championship roster. This team is more equipped than the Cam team and the Coop team with everything.
I just want to know what game they're gonna find out their identity. I wonder what game Shai gonna finally say this who we throwing out there on the court.
That's a good point.
We don't need to be waiting until middle of conference play and still.
No, it ain't gonna be that. I don't think it'll be that. But I do expect it. I mean, because it's gonna be a trial and error thing. Like that's the hardest thing. I be saying that all the time too. Like as a coach, the hardest thing to do as a coach is to get a feel for what your rotation should be. That takes time. You know what I mean? To know, all right, I can play this guy. I can't play Blackwell with Dame Sarr in this lineup if I got Cam Williams out there, because this might have you got to know who you can put on the floor at, you know what I mean, with each other at certain times. So
you think Caleb Minutes gonna go away?
No. I feel like out of the 4 guards, I feel like the one who will get the least amount of minutes is Rippy. I think Blackwell Caden, and Foster would
But
basically
when it
be
come to
sharing.
Rippy though, is he what they got him set as like point guard or shooting
Yeah,
guard?
no, Rippy is the one. This
Is
is the
the
thing because
one?
I don't even
Okay.
really think it's more of a thing because I think when Blackwell first committed, the whole like line of thinking was, well, damn, Duke got 4 point guards, and I don't even think it's
Yeah.
that. I think the only 2 point guards is Caden Boozer and Deron Rippy, and
Okay.
then Caleb Foster is a natural. He's always been a natural too, and John Blackwell is a
Yeah.
natural too. The problem is they undersized 2 guards in the NBA.
Yes, you're about to say, yeah, you undersized for the league.
And everybody still want to get to the league. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They got to show these NBA scouts that they can handle the ball and run a team. And for like, I can't be a starting point guard, but I can give you 5-6 possessions a game at the
Yeah.
one. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to have to show teams that. So, but as far as the minutes, Foster going to be fine. I think as far as the 4 guards, the guy that get the least amount of minutes is Rippy.
Yeah, it's gonna be Rippy for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I'm gonna be getting the comments. I'll let somebody else come up here.
Appreciate that, my boy. I appreciate that,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Appreciate
Yes,
you
sir.
coming up, man. Appreciate the love and everything you showed too.
Yes, sir.
All right, Danny, what up? You can hear me, big boy. You on mute, my boy. Hold on. Okay, let me get to y'all comments real quick. Ray said Blackwell's a 2 for sure. Yes, sir. Can't hear him.
Realize that he's yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'm gonna answer some of y'all questions until we can get Danny back up here. How many years you think Rippy stays? 2. I think Rippy, JBB, I'm about to say Blackwell. Blackwell gonna be going regardless. Rippy, JBB, Bryson Howard, all of them is 2-year guys, and he gone. I think Cameron Williams is the one guy that we could possibly lose. You know what I mean? Great Scott, what up? What up? You can hear me? What you think the moves Carolina did? Okay, I answered that real quick. Carolina Mike Malone did as good a job as he possibly could do, considering that they really did him dirty. What's up?
My fault, brother. Had a phone call, man.
All right, no doubt. How you doing, bro?
I'm hanging in there, man. I gotta commend you, man. You kind of helped me out, man. These last 2 final losses we had for the seasons, man. I went to the Final Four last year, man, and I rode back to Houston. Yeah, man, you really got me through, man. You doing a heck of a job, man. I had to tell you
Appreciate that, bro.
Good job, man. Yeah, but I'm intrigued with this team, man. We got a lot of size, man.
Oh, for sure. Across the board, man. We got a lot of size and we got a lot of versatility, which is a recipe for a championship. You know what I mean?
Definitely. But yeah, I'm gonna try to let it go. But the last 2 years, we should have had 2 championships. So I'm gonna let it go.
I've been saying that all the time, man.
I'm gonna get over it. I'm gonna get over it. But yeah, this year's team, like I said, I'm very impressed with Shire. He's doing a heck of a job.
Yeah.
You know, coming in after a legend and doing what he's doing, still keep it as no dip. You know, it's still a high quality program. I think he's doing a heck of a job. So I'm impressed with that. But as far as the roster, I like the way it's been put together. His recipe is working. So I'm very impressed with that. But I'm looking for big things to happen this year. But I'm just concerned about. I'm a guy. I just want to have a guy that we can throw the ball to and say, get out the way.
Yeah.
And go get us a bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Because we use Cam like that and we use Cooper like that. But
that's why
I wanted to be like a wing. Yeah. So that's it. But as far as everything else, I'm impressed, man. I like which way the program's going.
Me too, man. We can't be nothing but happy about that. I see y'all in the comments. I think Blackwell, from what you said, theoretically is that guy right off the rip. But like I said, like that's what I would love to see Patrick grow into. Like I want to see Patrick become that guy especially with him being one of the most tenured Duke guys on the roster. Like he's been in the program for 3 years. Like I want him to be a go-to guy.
Yeah, you can throw it out to the box and get fouled. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I don't necessarily got to be the leading scorer, but he just need to be the guy. Like, all right, possessions and got stale the last few trips down. Let's get a good one. Let's get to the good fella.
Exactly. That's why I think we miss sometimes is we have these little lulls where we let a team go a little 7-0 run.
Yeah,
and we need to get a bucket. Because sometimes that I look at one thing he's good at Shire usually gets steps on a step on your neck where the other team is called a timeout.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'm looking for. Get that other team to call a timeout, man. So, you know,
oh, we still got my boy up there. Oh, there you go. Yeah, man. So I'm with you, man. I'm excited about this particular roster build we got, man. I'm like you, man. The heartbreak been a lot. I want us to get over. I want us to get over that hump. I couldn't imagine seeing that in person. Shout out to you, my boy, for not going to jail that night.
Oh man, you just don't know, man. It was bad. Bro. The sad thing about it, I was with some Carolina fans. You know,
oh, wow.
You know, I'm from Fayetteville, but I live in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
I went to the game, man. I was by myself, man, and it was rough. It was rough. Jeez. I'm like, it was rough, man.
I can imagine.
It was rough. Yeah,
bro. Yeah, man. So I don't know. Hopefully, man, it'll make it that much sweeter, man. You know, once we finally, because John, like I say all the time, people like crack your jokes now, man, because eventually John is gonna crack that championship window, and once he finally gets that first title, they just gonna be rolling and rolling. Oh yeah, rolling, bro.
I still feel that way too.
Yeah. So he knocking on that door, man.
He's knocking on the door. He's knocking on the door, and he got his fingerprints on it. You know. Yeah, and I like that for him. That's why I like the way the program's going. His fingerprint is solid on the program, and it's going to happen. He's going to get us there.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, man. So, you know.
All right. Well, man, I'm going to step down, man. Appreciate you bringing me up, man.
No, man. No doubt, man. I appreciate you for the love, man. Thank you for following.
All right. Take care, brother.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Let me get back to y'all comments, y'all. How you say? What you say, Brittany? I can't hear you. Okay, I'm gonna get to y'all joint. Jalen said you hate the slow starts. I don't know. Showtime Chase. Hold on, let me see what you said about Matt Abel. Matt Abel can hoop, bro. Y'all, I don't even think Carolina fans realize. I seen Matt Abel in some runs at NC State. I'm from Raleigh, for those of y'all that don't know. To give some of y'all UNC fans a little like, I seen Matt Abel in some runs on NC State campus. That kid can hoop, bro. Dead ass, that kid really can hoop. Let me do what he said real quick. As Matt Abel decides to come to USC, we are top 10. No, y'all still ain't gonna be a top. Pump your brakes. Carolina fans want to be back to relevancy so bad. They just want so bad to get back to relevancy. Appreciate that love. Y'all not gonna be top 10. Y'all will be a lot better with Matthew Abel. But top 10, no. T-Roy said, took Coach K 16 years to win his first one and then 22. Like, that's what I be saying, yo. I don't understand this whole Jon Scheyer is a choke job. He'll never win a championship. Like, based off what? Like, who do y'all see out here running off titles? You know what I mean? Like, I use Coach K as an example all the time. For, like, nobody disputes that Coach K is the greatest college basketball coach ever. That's universal. Who the greatest coach then, Brittany, if it ain't Coach K? Ain't no damn Dean Smith. And that's even worse because whatever. Dean Smith is even worse. Dean Smith won 2 titles in like 45 years. Like, you know what I mean? Championships is hard, bro. T-Roy. You my boy. That's why I rock with you. Curious of your thoughts. I thought Coop's team underachieved. They were the best in the nation. No. They did underachieve, for sure. The team was supposed to win the championship. Absolutely. That team did underachieve, but they blew it. I don't want to say underachieved. They blew their opportunity. They choked. I really hate saying the choke word when it involves my team, but they flat out choked that game. There's really no other way I can describe what we did against Houston other than choking. We choked that game away, flat out. That team really did. They were supposed to win the title. You know what I mean? But I'm with you too, Roy. Coach K is the GOAT, and I think it's over with. You know what I'm saying? But even then, like, Coach K is widely considered as the greatest college coach ever. And that man won 5 championships in 40 plus years, bro. Like, look, think about that. Think about that, man. Like, that's crazy. Like, that is really, it's so hard to win in the sport where now it's about to be 70-something teams in the damn tournament, and you can only lose once. Like, it's hard to win titles, bro. Y'all got to pump y'all brakes. When Shia win, I'm going to pop my big one for him. I'm going to pop my big one for him. He ain't even got to do it. I'm going to talk so much junk to the world for on John's behalf when he finally win that title. Will McDuffie says, man, I'm still hurting about the last 2 years. We had the best team the last 2 years, and that sucks. That's what the nature of the beast. We did. If you could have argued Michigan or Arizona was equally or better than Duke this year, but Duke was in that conversation last year. I don't really think it was an argument. The Coop year, I think Duke was hands down the best team in the country. But it happens, man. This is in this particular sport. When college basketball, the best team don't. It happens a lot. The best team don't win a lot. I've seen it happen a lot of years. Where just the team is just dominate, and they don't end up winning the title. So, you know what I mean? I hated the loss this season too, but felt like we overachieved this season. You felt like we overachieved? I think you saying I can see why you say that. You felt like we overachieved based off the fact that a lot of people looked at this team and was like, "There's no way y'all gonna be as good as Coop and them," and they were better than Coop and them, and so they did overachieve in that sense. So you know what I mean? I get you, hold on, Showtime Chase, I'm getting to you. Let me go back up. I'm trying to get to your joints. We put Henry at the 4 and put Kate at the 5. Henry about to be playing for the damn Sioux Falls Sky Force. That's who Henry about to be playing for. Henry not coming back to school, gang. Listen, I wish he would though, cause like I said, I'm really tired of like last year was the first year in a while I felt like the rivalry was interesting. Like the rivalry just ain't really been. Duke has been so much better than North Carolina the past few years. I appreciate that. It's like, I mean, you get hyped for the rivalry, but it's like diluting the rivalry. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm really sick of Carolina not living up to their end of the standard. I wish they would eventually like get good enough to make the rivalry fun again, but appreciate your rational takes. Can tell you played the no ball. Appreciate that. Real ones know what's up. Real ones know what's up. I was with my girl when y'all lost, and her dad's a big Duke fan. I left before the game ended. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Wait, which one? What did it say? Hold on, I'm going through it. Oh yeah. I just said it. You know what I'm saying? I just read that one. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yes, but it's her. I could turn the TV for a week. I was like that once we lost to Houston. Not Houston. Well, actually, I was kind of like that. I started watching. I didn't watch TV not for a week, for like 2 days. I didn't watch nothing till the national championship game. And I started watching a little bit because I was following the score, and I saw Houston was about to lose in the same way that we lost, and that kind of snapped me out of it. But T-Word said no team could have beat Duke's last 2 seasons if they played series like the pros. No, exactly. But it's not like that. And that sucks. Like, that sucks because we would have a lot of championships, bro, if we could play like, it ain't even got to be best of 7, just best of 3. We best of 3 the past 2 years. We are defending champs back-to-back years. We defending champs back-to-back years, but, it is what it is, man. I don't want to complain about it, and I don't want to sound like that Duke fan, Sports Fluent Kyle said, y'all said the Sky Force just because Vasar know good in the hell well that he's not a regular NBA rotation guy right now. He must got some real, I don't know what's going on. Maybe some people just don't want to be in school no more. People overestimate that fact. Don't pay too much attention to the fact that some kids just like, man, I'm sick of school. I don't want to be a student. I don't want to have to wake up and go to class. I don't want to have to turn in the paper. I don't want to have to study for no damn finals. I don't care if I'm going to have to be in the G League because he's going to spend a lot of time in the G League if he don't put his name out that draft. That's why I said the Sky Force. The Sky Force is my team's affiliate. That's why that was the first one I thought of. Yeah. But that's exactly who Vasar going to be playing for if he don't pull his damn name out that draft, which I don't think he's going to pull his name out of the draft. He need to come back to school, for real. We could have one of the best front courts if he came back. They would have a really good front court. You know what I mean? Let's go. Oh, we got 2? We got 2? I'm sorry, I'm watching my Yankees. We're playing the Mets. But, yeah, y'all could have a good front court. I just don't think he's coming back. Them Duke boys said, when we up by a lot, watch out for the refs. Hey, man, it really don't. Who's your top 3 most irrational fan bases? House of Duke, you is on effing fire tonight. The most irrational fan bases. UNC. They second. They behind Kentucky. UNC. Kentucky first. UNC second. NC State, third. NC State is irrational in the sense that they don't really understand how irrelevant they are. And I really hate NC States like that because I'm from Raleigh. But this is one thing I know. UNC and UK is fighting like hell for the top spot. They fan bases is crazy. Monty said UNC 3 times. Kentucky, hey bro, UNC and Kentucky is fighting for the top spot, bro. Kentucky, I think Kentucky got UNC though.
So where? Over here somewhere.
Showtime Shay said I got it wrong. Who I got? L to the L, I appreciate that. Okay, hold on. UK, State, Ohio. Oh, State is definitely in this conversation. We agree on that. State fans is like, bless their damn hearts. They don't even know that State could fall off the face of the earth and nobody would even notice. Like, other than the people like me that live in Raleigh that drive down Western, like, damn, what happened to the campus? That whole campus could fall off a cliff tomorrow and nobody would like know. No, but none of the ACC teams would know, like none of that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Cal made Kentucky. Woo, hey, that's why I love to see what's happening to them right now, because they thought that grass was going to be greener getting rid of John Cal, and they done found out. I say I'm right outside of Lexington, and it's so bad being a Duke fan. Oh, my God. Double tap screen from here, y'all. We got to give him some support. I wish I had some money to send you, shorty. Damn, B, that's got to suck. That's almost as bad as me, like, growing up in a Tar Heel family. A lot of fans, it's a lot of North Carolina. Most of the fans here, like, believe it or not, it's predominantly UNC fans, unfortunately, in North Carolina. It's more of a Tar. We do got a lot of fans, but it's more of a Tar Heel state, like as far as the fan basis. So it's kind of like that with me. I grew up around, and my whole family for the most part is UNC. My mother and my grandma NC State fans, but everybody else like that watch sports. They like the Hills. I live in Lexington. Oh, Lexington, North Carolina. Oh, I thought you meant Lexington, Kentucky. About to say, damn. Oh, Lexington, yeah, I'm familiar. Shout out to you, man. I don't say it. I see you. Gonzaga bad too, JT. You know some Gonzaga fans? I don't know too many Gonzaga fans. Wait, JT, where you at? I think JT said you in Kentucky, right? I remember you saying that you lived in Kentucky last year. I don't know. They really do. I mean, I read them online. Sometimes I read their stuff on Twitter. I just don't personally know. Like, I have interaction with, like, irrational ass UK fans all the time, and they don't understand. They got, like, they so far detached from reality, bro. It's bad. UK fans is bad. A lot of the UNC fans, too. But the thing about this, it's a lot of realistic UNC fans that I'm around. That's like, this ain't right. What's going on? This ain't what's supposed to be going on with UNC. Like, it's some realistic fans about the state of their program. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember JT. I thought you said you was in Louisville. That's dope. It's wild out there too, boy. Keep it on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same. My family, all Carolina fans. I'm the only Duke fan in the family. Yeah, it's hard out here for us, bro. We out here holding it down. I'm trying to raise my kids. I told my wife that if she got pregnant again, my next son was going to be named Caleb Foster Harris. Said she ain't really with it. But I'm trying to raise all my kids Duke fans. You know what I'm saying? My daughter is a Duke fan growing up. My kids don't really care too much, but my baby will be like, Daddy, can we watch Duke? Can we watch Duke? He's 4. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, bro. I mean, I don't know the half of it because I ain't out there, JT, but I know enough to tell you to keep it on you, my boy. I know enough for that. Stay safe, my guy. UNC fans on Twitter saying John Shire whiffed on retaining it. Like, okay, let me go ahead. I knew Isaiah Evans was leaving halfway through the season, y'all. How I knew this, it could have been, I really got some information from literally inside the locker room. I want inside the locker room. Somebody I know was literally inside the locker room. And now that it's over and I can say it, but I couldn't say it then, that the plan was for, and it ended up working out like this. So I know I can trust this source. The plan was for Isaiah to be gone regardless. Dame was going to come back and Patrick was in the air, but more leaning towards coming back. And all of that happened. You know what I mean? I really got that information. Like that was my very first. I was so happy. I told my wife and everything, but I couldn't tell y'all and stuff because you know what I mean. I'm working on trying to build relationships in this space now, and you know what I mean. I don't I'm like, oh yeah, Shorty run his mouth too much. We can't tell him that. You know what I'm saying? I could like, but I knew that. I don't know why UNC fans would say that because Isaiah, that was a foregone conclusion even before the season ended, honestly. So they weird. It said Cam and Isaiah was decided before K Academy last year. Yeah, that's and the K Academy is my biggest motivation for shutting up because I'm trying to get invited to K Academy one year. I don't know if it'll happen this year. I really wish it would though. Like I really wish somebody would bring me on as they +1 because I need it to happen while I'm still young enough to hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still like I want to hoop. Like I actually like want to go out there and like bust everybody's ass on camera into the floor, and people be like, "Damn, that old ass dude can hoop still, bro. Where you played that back in the day?" For real. That's my goal. That's one of my bucket list items. But K Academy, man, Duke, big Jesus Christ. I love Duke University so much, but bro, y'all got enough money. Everything ain't got to be so expensive at Duke, bro. Like it's ridiculous how expensive everything is at Duke, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shire to me never liked Isaiah. This is an interesting take. Never liked Isaiah. I never liked how he uses him. I don't understand why you would say that. I would love to hear you elaborate on that a little bit more. Best UNC years since 17, 22, 24, 26. Yeah, y'all done had some down years, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? I would like to see why you say you didn't like how Shire used Isaiah Evans, because I thought he used him fine. First, now if you want to talk about freshman year Isaiah, I probably could agree with you on that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Braxton Hughes, my boy. Braxton, I ain't seen you in here in a minute, bro. Or maybe I don't be looking, man. But shout out to Braxton, man. Hold on. As a UNC fan, I've been to a Duke game before, a Carolina game. I've been to. Oh, that's wild. I've been to a couple of. Well, I went to late night. My wife is a big Carolina fan. For those of y'all that don't know, huge ass Carolina fan. And then when they had Late Night with Roy, which is their countdown to craziness, theirs is free, by the way. So I would go when my Go to Hell Carolina shirt. I literally would show up in my Go to Hell Carolina shirt. You know what I mean? Just like, because I'm whatever y'all want to do. People will look at me funny, but it won't be none of that. I actually went to a Duke Carolina game at the Dean Smith Center the year today that UNC had Harrison Ingram and Armando Beck. The year that y'all was the 1 seed, the anomaly in Hubert Davis's coaching career. The year y'all was actually good. I was at that Duke UNC game with Duke lost, pissed me off, and I was also at the one in Cameron with Coop and them. That was amazing. You know what I'm saying? I've been to a UNC midnight match. Yeah, because it's free. Like, and Dukes ain't free, which is like, that's what I'm saying, Duke. Like, but I mean, then again, I do kind of get it. UNC got like this big ass arena. It's like 20,000, 25,000, whatever. It's over 20,000 people can fit in there. And Dukes, like Cameron Indoor, it's like 9,000, 8,000 at the most. But it's just like, damn, bro. And then Duke started getting creative with the countdown tickets. Like, you could get a countdown ticket, Duke women's basketball ticket, Duke football ticket, like all of them like together, like that type of stuff. But yeah, UNC junk used to be free. I used to go all the time. You know what I mean? And boo fan and talk junk. And it's like, you know what I mean? It would be all in fun. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be like starting fights. But I would be repping. Like, I wouldn't go there like blending in like no regular corny ass UNC fan. But I'm with you for us. I used to go all the time. They don't have it no more though. You know what I mean? You too famous now. You don't see me. I ain't famous at all, Braxton. I see you. So you be here all the time, boy. I wish I was famous. And damn, being famous, I need the money. Where the hell the money coming at behind it? I got the honor to have a conversation with Coach K. Oh, that's dope. Back when he was recruiting Matthew Hurt. That's dope. I ain't never had a conversation with Coach K. I've had the honor of being a part of the countdown. I don't even got it on. I took it off. The countdown of craziness. The year Austin Rivers was there. It was my birthday. They gave me that necklace. They gave me the best seats possible. I was literally sitting right in between. On my right side was Doc Rivers. I can't remember over there. It was Doc Rivers, Callie Rivers, and somebody there. Right beside him was JJ Redick. I was tweaking, bro. I was really trying not to fan out. Like, Duke hooked me up. They gave me a bunch. They gave me autograph posters, all of this. I was actually a part of Countdown. I had to be on the floor. I was playing, and like, if y'all ever been to Countdown, you know sometimes they'll do like these little games and stuff before the actual game, like with the crowd. So we played, what was it? what's it called? Knockout. We had to play knockout with the students. But they was like, you gotta, and it pissed me off because I had to act like I didn't know how to play basketball. Because they was like, you gotta let the students win. The student has to win. So, I don't know. But it was really dope. I got to actually be a part of Countdown. So, you know what I mean? I never had a dope conversation, like a moment like having a convo with Coach K, but I've actually been a part of Countdown to Craziness before. And, you know, that was Austin Rivers year. That was a while ago. You dig? Hey, bruh. Where my wife at? Bruh. JT on my mama. Hey, bruh. It took everything in me, bro, not to say nothing to that girl. She was literally sitting like 2 people away from me, yo. It took. I ain't read it out loud because she on the phone. She ain't paying attention. It is what it is. My wife know what's up with me, though. You know, we joke about stuff like this, too. And she knew how, because we used to joke all the time. Like, at that time, my wife was like, had an infatuation with Dexter Strickland. And he was like dating Callie at the time. And we used to always like joke, like, you know what I mean? You need to get like, she messing with Dexter Strickland. Take her with like that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, baby Curry too, for sure. JT, you my boy, JT. You my boy. My mama. Marcus said, man, I was at the Countdown of Craziness for Coach Case last year. I was there too. It was crazy. I've literally not missed. I missed this past year countdown, and I missed the COVID year. I've missed 2 countdowns since John Shire senior year. Literally. I literally go to Countdown every year. It's one of my favorite things to do. I didn't go this past year and then the COVID year. I've only missed 2 countdowns since 2010. You know what I mean? Amazing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, I was waiting to read this. He always put Isaiah, kept him out of rhythm. I don't know. I feel like he gave Isaiah had one of the greenest lights I've ever seen a coach get. Like, he let Isaiah take some of the craziest shots, though. You know what I mean? I don't know if he was pulling them to keep him out of rhythm, though. I don't know. I see what you're saying, though. Yeah, man. Let's go. JT said I went the year we were recruiting RJ. I was there that year, too. I was disappointed they didn't do the dunk contest that year. Because they do dunk contests a lot. And I was like, how y'all not, the year Zion, like, y'all lame for that. They were recruiting RJ, Zion, and Cam. I got tickets for like $20 as a package. Yeah, I wish it would be free like UNC's. But, you know, it is. I'm going this year, too. I'm not missing Countdown, this next Countdown. I missed it last time, but I'm not missing this upcoming year. I remember we beat y'all on Coach K final game in Cameron. That loss, no, it didn't piss me off more than the Final Four loss. The Final Four loss pissed me off more. That whole UNC run really pissed me off because out of all the years, like that Carolina team was just really bad, really mid, and they just got hot at the right time and lucked their way into the championship game. And that team just didn't deserve that success. Out of all the Carolina teams that's been good over the years, it was like, this trash-ass team gonna be the team that end Coach K? Like, hell nah. If it would have been a team like 2019 with Kobe White and like that team was legit, I would have, cool. That team wasn't even good enough to me. And I'm so glad Kansas ended up finishing off because that team did not deserve to be the champs, bro. That team had no business being the champs, but y'all sold y'all soul for that season. You ain't been worth a damn ever since, so congratulations. Woo! Miss, if you answered, hold on, let me get this. Logan, Miss, if you answered, think Shire could full court press all game like St. John's? Good question. No, I have not answered that. Nobody's ever asked me that. No, will we press a lot more and with full court pressure? We got the roster for it. I would love to see him do it all game. Nah, we won't do that all game. Because once again, I don't think he's going to play that many guys. Like, I just don't think he's going to consistently commit to playing 10 guys every single night. Now, if he was in that frame of mind, like, I'm playing 9-10 guys every night, you feel me? Like, then, yeah, but that's a very good question. I would love to see us do more. If they get down, let's go, Judge. Let's go. I would love to see us do a lot more pressing this year because we got the horses for it, for sure. Caleb Love was peaking 22. Yo, and shout out to Caleb Love. Caleb Love, I'm not going to lie. Caleb Love hooped for the Blazers this year. I watched him. He hooped for Portland. Shocked the hell out of me. shocked the hell out of me, bro. Actually, was a big reason why, and I don't understand when Drew came back, why they didn't play him more. Was a big reason why they stayed afloat when Holiday got hurt and with Lillard being out all year. Like, Caleb Hoop for the Trailblazers. He's still a hoe, though. It was nothing like Coach K giving JJ the green light. Nah, JJ had a, man, I wish some of y'all young ass Duke fans was alive to watch it. I'm getting ready to start this in the off season. Once everything, like, I'm gonna start a series like where I'm releasing videos every Thursday of like throwback players that I know a lot of, like JJ Redick, like Chris Carrawell with clips. Just to remind, because I know TikTok is a young person's app. A lot of y'all don't remember JJ Redick, bro, and the legend he was. His light was green, Marcus. I ain't gonna hold you. He didn't take the wild shots that Slim took. I think JT had just said Slim would take some crazy shots, bro. You know what I mean? JT said countdown need to be longer and more. Like, you mean like a real game? They'll never do it like that, though. And honestly, I kind of don't want them to. I would, like, one of my biggest fears, bro, is seeing somebody like get hurt and like how what happened to Caleb Wilson last year. We didn't see it. Like, getting hurt in practice, like being extra hard and competitive in a situation that it's not a real game situation and somebody getting hurt. Like, so for that reason, they just gonna make it a glorified scrimmage. Like, it's not even gonna be a real scrimmage. We just gonna give y'all 15 minutes. Now, I do agree. Give us a whole damn half at least. Like, give us a whole 20 minutes or something. Like, it just be like, they really, like, don't even try to fake it with us no more. Like, dude don't even give a damn. They're like, they gonna spend their money anyway. We don't care. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so I agree with you on that, bro. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't know. They used to do it like that. Like, they used to have it to where the girls played before the guys. Like, and I don't know. They switch it up a lot. You know what I mean? They switch it up a whole lot. It would be like that. Like, the girls would be out there. They introduce the girls first. They go through the girls scrimmage, and then they'll do the same thing for the girls that they do with the guys. I don't really, like I said, I wasn't there last year. I don't know if it was different. The last year that I went with Coop and them, like, you know what I mean? They did it like that, though. You know, they introduced all that. What made you a Duke fan? Shane Battier made you a Duke fan. See, this is why I want to do that. That's a go. What made me a Duke fan was 1991, the year when they played UNLV. I will never forget that the day before. I wasn't like really super. I mean, I was into basketball, but I mean, I was like 6, 7. I didn't know too much. But I do remember that everybody in my family, like I said, everybody was UNC fan. Everybody was going for UNLV. And everybody was like, you know what I mean? We're going for the guys with all the black guys. Like, you know what I mean? I grew up in one of them families. The black coach, the black quarterback. Like, that's what my family, you feel me? Like, so I was just like, so all y'all going for them? I'm going for Duke. I went for Duke. Literally, it was like that. It was just that simple with me. I was always like a rebel type guy, and I just was rebelling against my whole family, my uncles and everybody. They was cooking out that day for the Final Four. It was just like, I'm not going for the team everybody else is going for, and then Duke ended up winning. And it was finally what stuck the nail in the coffin. Duke won the national championship. And I was a kid. I told my mom I want to write a letter. She helped me write a letter to Coach K, congratulating him. And he sent me back an autographed picture of the whole entire team. And I was like, oh yeah, this is my team forever. It's been Duke or die ever since then. So, you know what I mean? That's what made me a Duke fan. Good question, bro. Good question. The Duke boy said Jabari Parker made me a fan. That's dope. You from the Rat? You from Chicago, the area? You know, some of y'all don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we not Chirac. I get it. I would kind of be like that too. The second time, that UNLV revenge was sweet. Sister Cooper love chocolate. Double tap the screen for Coop and Ariana coming out hard launching, bro. Like, Coop and Ari hard launching their relationship. And in the world, like, embracing the swirl relationship, which I got no problem. I ain't one of them, you feel me? Like I said, I was in one of them families that was like, we're going for the black guys, the black coaches, you know what I mean? Woo. I don't care. You know what I mean? I love Coop and Ari's relationship. Can't wait to see the Bam Bam. Recruit that kid immediately. But T-Roy, yeah, I was too young to remember the first ass whooping Duke called to UNLV. Appreciate that love. But I'm familiar. And then the next year they got him. You know what I mean? The Christian shot made me a fan. Bro, I will never forget that. I will never forget thinking that Duke was gonna lose. I will never forget crying because that was the very next year. And like I said, Coach K sent me the picture. So I was like a locked in Duke fan that very next season. From 92 on, I was locked in, like a locked in Duke fan. And I remember crying, thinking Duke was going to lose that game. And then, I don't know, that was dope, bro. That was really dope. I'm glad I was live for that moment. JT said that baby better be the next big Duke star. I ain't gonna lie. That baby just gotta go to Duke regardless if they end up taking this the long way, you know what I mean? UNC because of Luke May? Damn, y'all. This is why I be saying I know y'all. That's why I can't wait to introduce some of y'all to like some of the guys that y'all don't like. Duke fans, how many of y'all, I'm gonna bring up T-Royce, you gonna know this name, some of my seasoned Duke guys. Duke fans, how many of y'all remember Rashawn McLeod? How many of y'all remember that name? You know what I'm saying? Like, a guy like Rashawn McLeod is why I intend on, like, doing this, like, highlighting these older Duke guys. You know what I mean? T-Roy, I knew you was going to remember him. You know what I mean? Yeah, still had that picture. Yeah, Monty Rashawn, y'all remember Rashawn McLeod with the little mean face. He was the first transfer portal guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Greg Paulus. I watched Greg Paulus was so nice in high school. I watched that kid play in high school. Y'all couldn't have told me Greg Paulus wouldn't be like John Stockton. I just knew he was going to be an NBA legend watching him play in high school. Sheesh. Yeah, man. But look, guys like him is why I like Rashawn McCall, Corey McGinn. I said Quinn Snyder. Oh, yeah, y'all throwing it back, boy. Yes, sir. A lot of people don't even remember Quinn Snyder played for Coach K. You know what I'm saying? Because people could be conveniently leaving him out the brotherhood discussions in the league. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, bro. Quinn Snyder part of the brotherhood, too. Hold on. Let me get it to that. Who do you think is going to school people with the most on the new team? Who do you think is going to school people the most? Okay, surprise-wise, I think it'll be Bryce Howard on this new team, but it's flat out like the guy that I think is gonna get like the most wreck, John Blackwell. He gonna kill guy. T-Roy, Chris Collins, yes sir. I remember Chris Collins too. Chris Collins had the ratty from deep. Cormac Ryan, you want me to throw something in his damn screen? If I see Cormac Ryan in person, he gotta put him up. He owe me 5 minutes. That man got jacked. Cormac Ryan actually get minutes in the league too. That man made his career off of one game in Cameron Indoor. The legend of Cormac like shot up after that Cameron Indoor game, bro. Cormac owe me 5 minutes if I ever see him in the street, bro. My mama, you gotta throw your hands up, bro. JT said Josh McRoberts was supposed to be the truth. He played for my Heat too. Injuries. Josh McRoberts, that kid was nice. Damn. That's a good one, bro. Josh McRoberts was like that. That was a good one. I love Johnny Dawkins. Yeah, Johnny Dawkins is the one guy that I wish I would have been old enough to watch and not just see highlights. I wish I would have been Johnny Dawkins a little bit. Like when Johnny Dawkins, I was like 4, 5 years old when Johnny Dawkins was playing that dude. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't get to watch him, but I wish I would have been old enough to see him. That's my guy. I love watching Quinn cook. Me too, man. Quinn was that guy, bro. I was so happy that Quinn won that title. Clarence said, I need Duke to come out here to Washington to play out here. Wait, Washington State? Are you in D.C.? Where you at, Mr. Clarence? Cormac Ryan. Boy, what the hell? You trying to piss me off on this live, ain't you?
Cormac Indoor.
Brittany, shut up. Oh, damn, Cormac Indoor. What's wrong with you? Andre Dawkins was one of my favorite players, but fell off when his sister passed. Yeah, I do remember that. That was sad. He was literally never the same player. Damn, I remember that. He was literally never the same player. His sister died in a car wreck. Coming to watch him play, which that would be hard for anybody to deal with. Yeah, I remember that. That sucked, bro. Duke is slowly taking over NC because this generation watched Zion, Kyrie, Brandon Ingram. No, like, that's a good point. The younger generation, I will say that. That's why the whole blue blood thing needs to be revisited. That's why UNC in some trouble. Because for the younger generation, it ain't that, like, that whole classic team. Like, Duke got all the classic teams. UNC don't really have that. I'm kind of with you on that. They are starting to take over because, you in Washington State? Damn, Mr. Clarence, you was out there. Sheesh. Shout out to Mr. Clarence. Appreciate that love too. Shout out to Mr. Clarence. Washington State. Last time, we played in the PK. That ain't Washington State. That was in Oregon. That's the last time we was out that far. Appreciate it, Mr. Clarence. That we was in the PK event when we got smacked by Zach Edey and them. That sucked. I hate that leaky black boy. Woo! I know you remember Sean May. Sean May was in college when I was in college. I played at JUCO in 05 when the UNC team that won the title. The hell we're done. And we got to play UNC JV team. Sean May was actually there. Sean May and Marvin Williams sitting on the bench, like supporting them. We beat their ass too. We didn't beat their ass. We beat them. I think we won by like 9 or something like that, but we won. And the Dean Smith Center too. Oh my God, that was one of the best experiences of my life. I played really bad though. I think I said 9 because I had like 9 points. That's what I meant to say. I only had like 9 points. I shot the ball horribly. I hit a crossover step back over somebody though, and then I stared down the UNC bitch. That was intense. So yeah, I remember Sean May, punk ass. He won a title. I hate that dude. When's Quinn Cook coming back as an assistant? I would love to say because we got a spot open right now. So I would love to see him John fill that spot with one of the guys like Rodney Hood. He just graduated. He said he want to get into coaching. Quinn Cook, somebody like that. I don't know, We would love to see one of those guys. GP said, hold on, let me get back to that. It just went up too far. Cooper Flag, gonna push a lot of kids our way. Yeah, him. That's true. Him, Jason Tatum too, Kyrie, the Kyrie thing too. Which Kyrie is on his way out as far as like the younger class. So I agree with you. Like you guys like Cooper and them. Yeah, I agree with you. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm 63 years old, so I followed Coach K from oh man, that's dope. Shout out to you, yo. Damn, that's a blessing. So you got some real Dukes. You remember when Duke won't Duke for real. Sheesh. Cause Duke was like, Duke didn't have a national championship by the time I had became a Duke fan, but it was, like I said, my first like real memory of becoming a Duke fan was the 91 Final Four. And that's what turned me into a full-fledged Duke fan. So, you know what I mean? Who's your best PG from Duke over the last 20 years? Excellent question. Point guard wise, based off of on-floor results and what happened on the floor, Tyus Jones. Based off of just like flat-out ability, it's Kyrie Irving. I think Kyrie Irving is the greatest offensive player that's ever played basketball. I argue with my best friend about this all the time because he be like, you can't be the greatest ever. And you don't got like nothing, no scoring titles, no woo. I'm like, it's based off of ability. There's never been a player as good as basketball offensively to ever play than Kyrie. Like Kyrie Irving literally can do everything with either hand. Like literally one of the best post players you've ever seen at 6'3". It makes no sense why he is as good as he is in the post. With either hand, either foot, Kyrie Irving the best offensive player ever to me. I say it all the time. And I argue with anybody. Yes, Stones, GP. Favorite point guard. I got to put him up there. You know what I mean? He got to be one. Just like Zion, we was talking about this. I don't know if we're going to do this on. Well, yeah, we got to because I don't know if it's going to be the next show, but the Crazy Cast at the end. So Zion, one of the things he wanted us to do is we got to come up with a list of the one and dones, the top one and dones. We're gonna list them. I think he said top 10, which I'm gonna start working on that. And he had said something about Jaleel, but honestly, how the hell can Jaleel Okafor not be one? How can he not be one on the greatest one and done list ever for Duke? You know what I mean? I can see how you could not put him one, but you can't just be like, no, he don't deserve to be one at all. It's got to be a discussion about Jaleel Okafor for like greatest one and done ever for Duke. You know what I mean? Worst point guard from Duke in the last 20 years. I don't want to mess no potential relationships up with nobody from Duke. I'm going to tell you the one that frustrated me the most in the last 20 years. Sean Dockery. Sean Dockery is the point guard that frustrated. That's as cool as I can put it. He the one that frustrated me the most. Oh, Ricky Price. That's a hell of a name right there. Ricky Price was one of the biggest disappointments to play for Duke. My biggest disappointment to play for Duke was Harry Giles. Yeah, Harry Giles. And then a lot of it was due to injuries and stuff too, but I don't think y'all realize how good Harry Giles was in high school, bro. Oh, when he was at Wesleyan, him and Quay Parker. First of all, I grew up in the best era of high school. Bro, I grew up in the golden age of high school basketball in North Carolina. Like, him and Quay Parker was different, bro, at Wesleyan. Like, damn, Harry Giles was my most disappointing guy, but I like that. Kyle G, what up? What up, Gold Wire? Gold Wire, by the time he was done it, dude, was really, really serviceable. And I kind of hated to see. I was upset when Gold Wire decided to spend his grad transfer year at Oklahoma instead of coming back to Duke. He had turned into like a pretty serviceable guy. You know what I mean? Jordan Gold Wire. No offense. Hold on, wait. What did that say, bro? Oh, yeah, because Brittany, you already know I'm getting ready to get off. It's almost time for me to go to work. Hold on. That just says something about Zion. Let me scroll back. I'm sorry, y'all. No offense. Zion is overrated. RJ's decent, and Cam is the best. A lot of people said that about Cam in that year. Zion is overrated. It's crazy. Only thing wrong with Zion is his ability to stay on the floor. You know what I mean? Who do you think would be the top 5 teams coming in this coming year? Will be top 5. Duke, Florida, Duke. Florida fans, you want to put Florida ahead of Duke? I got no beef with that. I got no beef for nobody putting Florida. Actually, I really ain't got nobody putting Illinois. If you put Florida or Illinois ahead of Duke, I ain't gonna argue too much. Florida, Duke, Illinois is the top 3 for sure, in my opinion. Michigan, Arizona. I want to say between Arkansas or Louisville. Just right down. This is just based off the top of my head too. I think I gotta take a deep dive and look at everybody's roster too. But I'm gonna give Arkansas the nod over Louisville. I'll give Arkansas the nod. You know what I mean? So, Forrest said probably Derek. Derek Thornton did disappoint me. Damn, Forrest, your ass on fire too. Probably Derek Thornton, but it's not his fault. He was way too young. Yeah, and this is the thing about Derek Thornton. I think a lot of us were like, I don't know. I felt like the guys that came before Derek Thornton raised the expectations for him, and that made it a little unfair. Because he was one of them guys, he transferred up too. And like, that was becoming a thing back when he did. That's a good one for us. Damn, that was a good one. So yeah, I was a little disappointed. I was a little disappointed with Derek Thornton too, but you're right. I mean, that year was hard. Like, the previous year, the point guard had won the national championship and was the most outstanding player in the Final Four and all of that. Like, I mean, it's anytime you want to defend a national champ, like, the pressure is that is going to be a lot anyway too. So you're right about that. He was too young, and it was the circumstances surrounding him made it a little bit difficult for him. But you know, Goldwire was that dude on defense though, for sure, and eventually could shoot the ball by the time he ended up playing. Hey, boy, let me drinking all my juice. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead. You can have a little bit. Louisville winning it all next year. And women's gymnastics, yeah, their women's gymnastics team is going to be all right. I ain't going to lie. They legit on that floor. Forrest said that team had the best wings and guards in the nation with no center of PG. Nah, for real. Because Brandon was a bucket and Grayson was a bucket. Grayson was an absolute bucket. That team we ain't have enough. And to this day, I still don't like Dylan Brooks from that year. I can't stand Dylan Brooks. I wish him nothing but the worst in the NBA. You know what I mean? Nothing but the damn worst. It is what it is. All right, y'all. Brittany, I'm going to wait. I'm about to jump up off of this. I do appreciate y'all for being up here. Honestly, I rock with y'all. So for next week, I'm going to be back up here on Thursday. And then I will have a couple of people come up We can just do it in the same session. It ain't really no thing. It worked good. I don't mind doing this with y'all because I had a lot. Obviously enough. A couple of the people that was DM, I literally be having people DM me all the time like, y'all want to come up, bring me on your live, bring me on your live. Woo. So like, I want to start bringing people up there. So I'm gonna be back up here next Thursday, and I'll bring more people up here, man. You know what I mean? Y'all can hop up. I love jumping on, talking with y'all. If I get any more information on Duke or whatever that's going on, I'll bring it to the page before that, and we can chop it up until then. Appreciate that, man. Love y'all, man. I'll catch y'all next time, man. Bye.